Although the pay package was approved by the Tesla board, a sketchy twist comes in when you find out who some of the board members are. It's now reported that Elon Musk earned upwards of $56 billion from Tesla last year, but he might not see a cent of it. In January this year, a Delaware judge tossed out Elon Musk's $56 billion pay package, saying it's, quote, an unfathomable sum, end quote, and it's unfair to shareholders. Although it was approved by Tesla's board, a sketchy twist comes in when you find out who some of the board members are. And we'll get into that quickly. Currently, this is the largest pay package in American corporate history. The actual legal reasons the judge is throwing this out is interesting, and Elon Musk is not going to tell you that part. Although it seems odd that a judge can toss and dismiss and void the pay while it was approved by the board, we're not going to argue that point right now. We're going to just dive into the story because it's very interesting and it takes a couple twists and turns that you don't see coming. Now just imagine the doors this opens for other CEOs. You think their pay deals are huge now, like Tim Cook, who got paid almost $100 million in 2022 from Apple, Reed Hastings getting almost $35 million from Netflix, or Mark Benioff pocketing almost $30 million from Salesforce.com. These pay packages are only going to go up from here, and they've been going up for years anyways. And if the top people are getting paid this much, the money has to come from somewhere. And yes, their profits are going up, but you have to imagine the average worker is going to keep experiencing pay cuts, benefit cuts, as they've been seeing for decades. So again, the money's going to the top, and the rest of everybody else is getting less and less. Now, a net worth of $56 billion is a mega number, and this is just the amount Musk is going to get paid for 2023. Just try to get your mind around that. If he was getting that in a bi-weekly paycheck like most of us get paid, he'd be getting about a $2 billion bank deposit every 2 weeks for the entire year. Wow. It's hard to even, again, get your mind around that. How do you get your mind around that number? If he works 50 hours a week for Tesla, that comes out to about $22,400,000 an hour. And considering the minimum wage is less than $20 an hour, and let's say you make $100,000 per year, you make around $50 per hour. And when you look at those numbers, then you see why the wealth gap is growing at a lightning pace. But again, that's not a point we're debating in this video. Now, the reason the judge is knocking down the offer is because in 2018, when Tesla was struggling, the board approved a pay plan that would heavily compensate CEO Elon Musk if the company hit what seemed to be impossible targets in the near future. It seemed impossible at the time because they were struggling. Well, fast forward to 2023, while the rest of us have struggled with inflation and rising gas prices, Elon Musk went from a $0 salary in 2023 to over $50 billion for a payday, and he might go back to zero. A judge has initially ruled against the CEO getting that much stock, and if that ruling stands, he will take quite a hit. But don't go feeling bad for Musk. He's still one of the richest men in the world with a net worth topping $200 billion. In Delaware's Court of Chancery, Kathleen McCormick wrote, quote, swept up by the rhetoric of all the upside, or perhaps starry-eyed by Musk's superstar appeal, the board never asked the $55.8 billion question. Was the plan even necessary for Tesla to retain Musk and for it to achieve its goals? End quote. The judge tossed out and annulled the pay package because the board members who approved it were, quote, beholden to the richest man, end quote. This is why Elon Musk posted on his social media platform, quote, never to incorporate your company in the state of Delaware, end quote. He's good at giving his side of the story in a quick sentence that everyone can understand. And keep in mind that while guys like Elon Musk will tell you over and over again that money doesn't mean anything to them, they are more than happy to take any and all available cash, and they will never give even a cent of it back. So the next time you hear a rich person saying it's not about the money, just know one thing: it's always about the money. For those of us who think, how can a judge rule against a Tesla board when they already approved it? Well, we think of the board as being sophisticated business people making decisions for what's best for the company and what's best in the shareholders. Now here's a twist Elon Musk won't post on social media about. One of the board members who approved this pay package is Kimball Musk. Yes, that's Elon's brother. One of the other board members is James Murdoch. Again, yes, that's one of the media billionaire Rupert Murdoch's children. And the judge made it very clear that they and a few other board members lacked independence because of their close personal ties to the richest man in the world. The board currently has 8 members, including Elon. Not everyone close to Tesla is on board with this either. Let me add, if you listen to Elon Musk, he makes you think that the justice system is simply against him. And maybe they are. But Ross Gerber, who is a large Tesla investor, told Reuters News that they need to replace at least 3 board members that are more independent before a new pay package can get negotiated. Opponents have argued that they should either find another CEO or require Musk to focus solely on Tesla instead of allowing him to spend time at SpaceX and X. And just a side note, think of how difficult it would be to build and run one giant company, let alone running 3 enormous businesses. This pay deal is allowing Elon to buy shares at just over $23 a share when they are trading currently at the moment at $183 per share. Wow, not a bad deal for Musk. Again, no wonder why he's one of the richest guys in the world. And what's really interesting is that when they negotiated the deal, Tesla's market cap was only about $50 billion. Currently, it's over $500 billion. And in 2021, it actually eclipsed $1 trillion. And if you want a little bit more to think about, again, when a guy like Elon Musk says that money's not important to him, keep in mind what Amit Batish pointed out. He's an executive at a paid research firm. He said that Musk's pay package was around 6 times larger than the combined pay of the 200 highest paid executives in 2021. Just digest that for a second. We'll see how all this shakes out, but what is certain in all of this is that no matter what the ruling is, Elon Musk is going to somehow end up even further ahead than he is now. There's almost no scenario where Elon Musk gives up and goes backwards financially.